Morning all, this is Callie from Soulcraft Sisters, and this is, early morning, and the full moon is about to become full, so to speak. It's growing into its fullness as we speak right now. So I'm sitting here with my cup of tea. My voice is a little early morning-ish, so I need to warm it up, and I'm hoping I can do that in this video. My sister Shelly will be here soon. We have a photo shoot today for Shelly's beautiful moons that she'll be selling as prints soon, so you can check that out at the website if you're interested. But this is a full moon, we could say reading or check-in for us, as I usually do. And this month's full moon falls in the sign of Libra. And Libra is all about relationships, partnerships, seeing the beauty in life, finding a balance between your own needs and others. So I'm an Aries, for example, sun sign. So that's all about me and my needs, which is beautiful and good. But Libra is all about we and the collective. So it's for me especially, it's about finding that balance, I think, in this full moon, and just reflecting a little bit on that and my need for others as well in my life, the importance of others and the relationships and partnerships that I have in my life. So there's that. We also have the full moon, so let's talk a little bit about the full moon, as I normally do. So this is where things come to light for some of us. If you've had a dream of something, you might be seeing it might be coming to fruition now, or you're seeing strong signs of it happening. Some dreams just take a bit longer for it to come to life, so to speak, and that's beautiful. But you will be hopefully seeing strong signs of it on its way, if you know what it is that you're aiming for. For some, there might be for some, emotions might be a bit more on display than usually. I haven't found that so much this time around, but maybe for others, you're feeling that, and that's perfectly fine. The full moon is also about just reviewing a little bit what's gone past the past month, what is ready to be released, forgivingness, I guess, and what can you replace that with. So once you released it, what do you want to replace that void, you could say, with? And a good thing to do is do sort of a gratitude check-in. What are you grateful for in life? So this is what I usually do on the full moon, and I advise you to check that out and see if that works for you as well. So I already pulled some cards for us this time around. Oh, my voice. And the first, but I want you to look at these crystals here. I have rose quartz, I have citrine, and I have this clear quartz crystal here. So I want you to look at these crystals and see which one speaks to you at this time around. And then I will reveal what cards I pulled for each of these crystals. Okay, you ready? So if you chose the rose quartz, then the card for you is this one here, and this is the Tarot of the She. And we have the Warrior 9 here, and it says Guardian. So what we see here is this alien type figure, fae type energy, and it's closed in on itself. It feels like it needs to protect. There might be some anxiousness building up. Seeing that this is the full moon in Libra, and it's all about connecting and opening up and reevaluating your needs and the needs of others, I would say for some of you, are you closing yourself off? Can you open up a little bit more? Would that be okay for you, and in which area? For others, it might be that you need to really pay attention to your own needs and just pull yourself away for a second and just sit with yourself and be with yourself. But this warrior type energy, we can't stay in that forever. So make sure that it's transitory. Everything is basically, but just make sure that you're not making things, closing yourself up in a way that's not conducive to you. Where can you open up a bit more? Where can you share a bit more? What are you fighting for? What are you protecting? Sometimes we don't actually need to protect ourselves against others or energies as such. But if you have a feeling of that, that's fine. I just want you to check in with that. Where's that coming from? Is it real? Can you view it from a different angle? All right, so here, if you chose this crystal here, we got the Dreamer 6. Dreamer 6, which is traditionally the 6 of Swords. And I find this to be a very beautiful card. So here we have like an energy, a force almost blowing in your sails, giving you some speed, I would say, some well-wishing, some luck on your way. And I don't know if you can see, but on this little ship here, you have somebody here, you have somebody at the down here, you've got somebody looking out. You know, it's like teamwork to get from one point in from one, I would say, mental situation to another, because usually when we're dealing with swords and the dreamer energy here, it's about what's going on in our inner world up here. So it's like if you're ready to move on from something that's felt probably a bit more tumultuous, then you are being very much guided and helped along that process. And this idea of seeking calmer waters will be rewarded to you. You're doing a great job, and that's perfect. So again, here it's about releasing maybe an old habit or ways of thinking and making space for something new to come in. So beautiful. Continue to do that, I would say. It's a very beautiful card. And then if you chose this one here, this beautiful crystal, you get Warrior 10. And it says here, the great task. And here you see this force, this energy here, this Fae type giant, functioning as a bridge between worlds. But it could also, and this is perfect for this full moon in Libra, right? Connections, relationships, and it's like he's really taking one for the team here. He's bridging these worlds, the world that we probably can't see, and then this physical world that we are so familiar with. But it's like maybe you function as a bridge between worlds. Maybe you, I get this feeling that you want truth to be understood and told. You want to guide people to insights, and sometimes it feels like we need to really sort of extend ourselves, especially if we're feeling like there's a lot of lies circling, there's a lot of contraction going on. Maybe some of us are here to dispel that and to speak the what we believe as the truth, right? And in for the highest good of all, yeah, so that we can love each other and be just more present with each other and help each other in a way that's that fosters community. Yeah, so I'm hoping that makes sense for you. Just make sure, because this is quite a task you're taking on. Great if If it feels good, great. But also remember, this full moon is all about also your own needs. Are you tending to those as well? So you can ask yourself that question. And finally, I pulled a card from this Wisdom of the Oracle, and this beautiful card came up. Mending, connection. We have 2 young children here, and they've got a needle and a thread, and I think they're mending, and they're looking up to the oracle here. So it's also perhaps mending or strengthening the bond, not just between people and relationship, but also between you and spirit, I would say. The universe, or however you want to describe the life force, I guess you can call it. And I want to read you a passage from here, because it came up reversed. But the essence of this card is all about forgiving as well, and that's beautiful, because it is the full moon, right? So forgiving is part of it, or releasing, if forgiving doesn't resonate with you. Just release any tension that you might have had in your body and in your mind. So it's about forgiveness, making amends, and healing after arguments. When it's up reversed, 1 second, it goes, heartbreak is a strange healer of souls. Our grief strips away our masks and loosens our tight hold on our separateness, where we view ourselves as I and the world as it. Loss allows us to see ourselves as part of a larger scheme, opening us up to sympathy, empathy, and dependence on others in the moment when we can't hold ourselves together. And it leads us to become one with the greater whole again. Pain and suffering is part of life, and none of us will be immune to it. Can you view this loss, this pain, this dissonance as a way back to source? Let your sorrow break your heart wide open. You will never be left behind. You are loved now more than ever by a spirit who does not want you to feel alone. One day you will look back and know this truth. So I know for me this really resonated. I have a tendency to think that being strong is doing things on my own. But I've come to realize that being dependent on others is actually a very beautiful thing, and it's something that it scares me a little bit, but it also really lifts me up to places that I can't lift myself up to be honest. And I know there's this sense of the ego. We need to be aware of the ego. We need to tend to ourselves. We need to not be dependent on others for our happiness. True, but sometimes I would actually beg to differ. I think we're here to connect. I think we're here to actually feel safe in being dependent on others for our well-being. Of course, we need to have our strong inner, we have to have a strong inner core, but being dependent on others and relating to others and taking advice from others is actually one of the most beautiful things in life. And it seems like I have been needed to be reminded of that, and open myself up a bit more, because I chose this before I went on camera. This was my stone, and I see how I have this strong sense of wanting to protect, not protect as such, but I have found myself isolating myself a little bit from the wider community, I guess, for some time, but that is falling away now. I am entering into new partnerships work-wise, and just I feel how there's a releasing happening, and how that's all playing out quite beautifully. So anyway, I'm rambling on now. I'll finish up here now, and I just wish you a beautiful full moon, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.